Welcome back to Ascending with Ashleigh. I'm Ashleigh. This is a new series. These aren't going to be shorts, but I want to keep them at like 10 minutes each. This is life advice with Ashleigh. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because these aren't things that I came up with, but on my journey, these are nuggets of wisdom that were presented to me, and so I want to give a little context because these are things that have absolutely stuck with me and made me into who I am, or made me make decisions or things like that. Today's segment is going to specifically be for single mothers because I can't get this one out of my heads, all of them. I'm so tired today. It's like 1:30 and I just got out of bed and it felt so good. I needed the rest. But anyway, so single moms, when I was pregnant and married, okay? My baby came from a marriage, not like a one-night stand or anything, which to each their own, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how babies are made, but the people who are carrying the babies are the ones more than likely responsible and obligated to care for them once they are here in the earth realm. So anyway, I bought a one-way ticket back to my hometown, which was Green Bay, Wisconsin. I needed a mental health break from my marriage. And I ended up spending I bought a one-way ticket, but I think I was there for a couple weeks. Just reconnecting with some folks from my past, my good friends, two of my good friends. Connected with my sister and her family for a minute, but we tried to have things in common in motherhood and it just didn't work out. That's fine. But anyway, one of my mom friends that I did meet up with, her kid was 10 or so at the time. And then I had another mom friend whose kid I took care of her kid when she was a baby, and at this point I think she was 6 or 7, and so it was really sweet to be around her when I was pregnant. This was the first time I had been back to Green Bay since I had left in 2014, so it was an interesting time of my life. But one of those mom friends was a single mom, and a legit single mom whose family didn't really support her through what she was going through. She and I were friends from church. We both loved Blink-182. We had been friends since middle school, right? One thing that we did in particular was had this really gnarly Jello fight at one point in time where we made all this Jello and then threw it at each other and shit like that. Okay, when we were younger. So anyway, she's the one with the 10-year-old, and I was like, okay, can you give me advice? Because I'm gonna be doing this, Because I was I wasn't hell-bent on leaving my marriage until I actually got back from that trip when shit hit the fan. I don't really need to share about that, but that after I returned home or back to LA, I was like, okay, yeah, no, this is gonna be me. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me. Sorry. But anyway, her advice, because she had the church, we grew up in the same youth group and stuff, and she stayed in the town, and I remember when her baby was a baby, because her daughter was the same age as my sister's first child, and so they were at the same daycare together, and I would help out there because I was friends with it was our youth leader who had a daycare. Anyway, all that to say, she gave me the best advice that really helped me on my single motherhood journey. So this is going to be harsh to hear if you are someone who is either going into single motherhood, you feel like that is going to be your story, or if you're in it. I think, I keep this close to me because in the times when I want to fall back into victim mentality or fall into relying on someone that I know isn't reliable or seeking something outside of myself, things like that, I repeat this to myself and get myself back on track. And I said, what's the best advice, if I am doing this by myself again? At that moment in time, I wasn't sure if he was going to get his shit together or not, and, and I'm glad we're not together. When he comes to visit, I can't stand the man, okay? We can't stand each other. It would not be a good environment for a child. But, we try and keep shit cool, but, anyway. Sometimes people just aren't compatible. That's okay. But anyway, she said, don't rely on anyone else. Like, you've got, just face it, you're gonna be doing this alone. And it was so harsh to hear, but it's gotten me to this point, you know, and it carried me through my birth too, because I did a free birth, and it was just like, yeah, I'm the only one that this child's going to be able to rely on. I'm the only one that I'm going to be able to rely on, and I'm gonna have to do everything in my fucking power to make this happen. It was a harsh truth, but it was absolutely the truth I needed at the time to get to, 6-7 years later, here we are. We're doing really well, you know, and I have had help here and there, you know. I've had help with obligation. I've had help, you know, baby daddy helps us financially, and I am grateful for that, but in regards to everything else we've been through, you know, on the day-to-day, things just, it's me, and I wanted to share that. Like I said, it's something that I constantly play. Don't rely on anyone to help or support you, is what she said. No one's going to. And as someone who likes to help other people, that was like a really hard thing for me to hear, because I was like, oh, okay. You know, but it was super real, and it has helped me be the mother that I am today. I hope that whoever is watching this, I hope you're able to receive that. It's you and your kiddo, and you know, it takes a village, and I think that's another thing is, just on this topic, a village looks different than what we have in mind, right? A lot of people have, hi, I'm obsessed with this song, I know, but I think a village looks a lot different than we think it will. What? Uh-oh. I'm doing a video. Anyway, so my village looks like a lot of men, which when I think about a village raising children, I don't think about men, especially as a single mom. Uh-oh. You like it when I cross my eyes? And so I think it's just, you know, your village is going to look different than what you think it is. It's going to be your car mechanic guy. It's going to be the oil change guy. It's going to be maybe your landlord. It's going to be your neighbor. It's going to be, yeah, go get your tabby and play. I don't know why, but every time you download an app, it shows up on my phone. I don't know why. But anyway, so don't rely on anyone for support or to help you, but you will have a village, and that will look different. And I think when you carry those two things together, when you carry those things together, then it, flies. You brought the flies in. Mommy's sharing life advice. I don't like being touched. It's really hard as a mom to touch out mama. You're sweet though. Hi babe. You want a treat? So anyway, I hope this helps. I'll be back with more. I have a little notepad of some life advice. Let's go ahead and check mark yes one. But yeah, and you can do it. I think ultimately, you have to. So, alright, have a good one.